China stopped being just the factory of the world. It became the laboratory for impossible engineering. 8 megastructures that shouldn't exist, but do. Prepare to question everything you thought possible. Raffles City Chongqing skybridge horizontal skyscraper. 8 skyscrapers connected by a horizontal bridge suspended 250 meters above ground. This isn't concept art, it's Raffles City Chongqing, inaugurated 2019. The skybridge stretches 300 meters, longer than 3 football fields placed end to end, literally floating over the city. But here's what shocks engineers. This isn't just a connection corridor. It's a habitable structure with restaurants, gardens, and panoramic observation decks supporting 300 people simultaneously at that altitude. The engineering challenge seemed impossible. How does a nearly horizontal building that long stay stable at that height, enduring extreme winds and seismic movement? The solution involved dampening technology never before implemented at this scale. Advanced tuned mass dampers working across 8 separate towers coordinating movement in real time. The structure functions as an integrated system where each tower shares structural loads through the bridge itself, creating a unified mega building that responds to environmental forces as one organism rather than 9 separate structures. This redefined what skyscraper means. Vertical construction dominated for a century. China just made horizontal bridges between buildings the new architectural standard. Bailong Elevator, the 100 Dragons Lift. The world's tallest exterior elevator literally bolted to a vertical cliff in Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, the landscape that inspired Avatar's floating mountains. This glass and steel colossus transports 50 people per trip, lifting them from valley floor to mountain peak in under 2 minutes. The real achievement is anchoring. 66% of the elevator is integrated directly into cliff rock, secured by 154 steel bolts penetrating 50 meters into the mountain. 3 double cabins operate simultaneously, moving 18,000 people daily, covering 326 meters of vertical elevation that previously required 3-hour hikes. 50mm tempered glass walls create the sensation of floating over the abyss during ascent, democratizing views only experienced climbers previously accessed. What was once an elite destination for physically fit adventurers became accessible to families, elderly visitors, and anyone able to step into an elevator. Sidu River Bridge suspended by rockets. This bridge hangs 496 meters above the valley, so high clouds literally pass beneath it. During construction, engineers faced an apparently unsolvable problem: how to stretch the first cable across a 900-meter-wide abyss between inaccessible mountains. The solution belonged in an action movie. They used rockets to launch guidelines from one side to the other. This 1,222-meter suspension bridge connects 2 provinces that previously required 5-hour drives through winding mountain roads, now reduced to under 1 minute of crossing time. Main towers reach 220 meters high, equivalent to a 70-story building. The primary cable measures 800 mm in diameter, composed of over 37,000 kilometers of high-tensile steel wire. When inaugurated in 2009, it held the world height record for bridges. Crossing it defies every human survival instinct, walking across empty air with nothing but valley floor nearly half a kilometer below. Chongqing monorail, the train through the building. Line 2 of Chongqing's monorail literally passes through the 6th to 8th floors of a 19-story residential building. Not near it, not around it, through it. The Laziba building was constructed specifically with a central tunnel allowing the train to pass through it. Why? Chongqing, known as Mountain City, has geography so complex that traditional urban planning is impossible. With over 30 million inhabitants squeezed into hills and valleys, every square meter counts. This apparently absurd solution is actually urban planning genius. Residents live above and below the tracks while public transport maintains its most efficient route. Engineers implemented acoustic absorption technology so advanced that noise inside apartments is lower than normal conversation levels. Laziba station processes over 20,000 passengers daily who literally board and exit trains inside an inhabited building. China solved solved the 21st century urban dilemma with a solution nobody else dared attempt: integrate transportation directly into residential structures. Beijing Daxing International Airport, the Starfish Terminal. Built in under 5 years, Daxing already ranks as aviation's new wonder. Inaugurated 2019, this isn't just an airport, it's an architectural declaration of epic proportions. Its starfish design with 6 radial arms ensures no boarding gate sits more than 600 meters from the central terminal, an 8-minute maximum walk. The main terminal covers 700,000 square meters, equivalent to 98 football fields under one roof. Capacity: 100 million passengers annually at full operation. That exceeds the population of many countries. The self-illuminating roof with 8,000 skylights reduces energy consumption by 30%. The rainwater collection system, larger than any airport worldwide, recycles enough water to supply a city of 100,000 inhabitants. AI algorithms manage over 4,000 daily flights, optimizing every second of operation. Daxing isn't aviation's future, it's the present the rest of the world will attempt to match for decades. Jiaozhou Bay Undersea Rail Tunnel, deepest high-speed rail. The Jiaozhou Bay Tunnel connects both shores of Qingdao Bay with 95 kilometers of extreme engineering beneath the ocean. This isn't just another undersea tunnel, it's the world's deepest and longest high-speed rail tunnel under the sea. Trains traverse this megastructure at 80 km/h, transporting passengers and cargo, completing a journey that previously required over 2-hour detours. Construction faced apparently insurmountable geological challenges: unstable terrain, extreme hydrostatic pressure, and constant risk of catastrophic leaks. Engineers implemented pressurized tunneling technique, working under conditions equivalent to being 88 meters below ocean surface. The specialized concrete developed for this project withstands water pressures that would pulverize conventional structures. Sensors distributed every 50 meters feed AI systems continuously monitoring any structural anomaly. Over 450,000 cubic meters of earth and marine rock were extracted. Today, this submarine artery transports over 100 trains daily, moving millions of tons of cargo annually beneath the waves. Delinga CSP Tower, the Desert Eye. This power installation looks like it came from an alien planet. The Delinga Solar Tower rises 200 meters, surrounded by 27,000 heliostat mirrors tracking the sun simultaneously. From the air, it resembles a giant eye glowing in the middle of the Gobi Desert. This 135 megawatt concentrated solar plant doesn't use traditional solar panels. It uses the sun as a space furnace. Mirrors reflect light toward the tower top, where molten salts reach temperatures of 565 C. This thermal energy stores and converts to electricity even during nighttime or cloudy days, solving solar power's biggest problem: intermittency. The thermal storage system generates electricity for 3 hours and 7 minutes additional after sunset. The plant produces enough clean energy to supply 110,000 homes annually, displacing 350,000 tons of carbon emissions. With a projected 30-year lifespan, China is redefining how we capture and store solar energy. This isn't just a power plant, it's a declaration. The energy future doesn't need fossil fuels. Guangzhou Circle building the impossible ring. The building defying every known architectural convention. The Guangzhou Circle is exactly what its name indicates: a complete circular skyscraper with a 48-meter diameter hole in its center. At 138 meters tall and 33 floors, this megastructure seems physically and structurally impossible. How does a building with a giant void in the middle support its own weight? The answer lies in its tubular exterior structural system functioning as a continuous compression ring, distributing forces uniformly around the circle. The central hole isn't merely aesthetic, it's functional. It improves aerodynamics, reducing wind resistance by 30%, and allows natural light to illuminate the interior atrium from multiple angles. Its glass facade, composed of over 10,000 individual panels, reflects the Pearl River, creating a liquid mirror effect at sunset. The design draws inspiration from the ancient Chinese jade bai disc, a ceremonial object symbolizing heaven. With 85,000 square meters of usable space, it defies limitations of Euclidean geometry applied to modern architecture. This structure doesn't just redefine skyscrapers, it questions the very laws we believed governed vertical construction. Each of these 8 megastructures represents a quantum leap in what we believed possible. From bridges touching clouds to buildings defying geometry, these aren't just impressive constructions, they're declarations of a new architectural era. While much of the world debates infrastructure proposals, China executes them at unprecedented scale and speed. The gap between what China builds and what other nations attempt isn't closing, it's widening. These projects prove that when engineering ambition meets centralized execution and long-term planning, the impossible becomes routine. The question isn't whether other countries can match this pace, it's whether they're even trying. Which megastructure shocked you most? The impossible circular building or the train passing through an apartment complex? Share your thoughts below.